Hello, everybody. I'm Chachi. That's Tom. Welcome back to our humble opinion. We have a TikTok now, in our humble opinion. Post there daily. But this is the show. This is the long form content, the fun one. The Ravens did great this week. Last week they didn't play, so they couldn't lose, which is nice. Anyway, we're going to start with the Packers because there's nothing to talk about the Ravens. I mean, there is. We'll talk about it at the end though because it's more news than anything. The Packers won 27-23 in this game. Tom, what did you think about the Pack?
I'm gonna say this like a lot of Packer fans that were super frustrated because they played a close game against a desperate Cardinals team that actually can play, is one of the better defensive teams in the NFL. Win is a win in the NFL. You don't apologize for wins. You shouldn't be negative about wins all the time either, man. It is. People don't get how tough it is to win in the NFL, right? I think that needs to be talked about more, right? Um, so that's what I want to start off with. Like, man, I'm proud of that team continuing to fight. And,
Yeah, man.
the cards were definitely stacked against them. It was a weird game. But they found a way to do it. Jordan Love made a comeback victory. Michael Parsons shows you why he's worth every dime that they gave him.
Yep.
I honestly don't know why Arizona was throwing. I don't know why they would have him one-on-one with Jonah Williams, who's always proven in his career he sucks.
Yeah, that
Um,
was interesting.
yeah, Packers finally got a turnover. You know, there's some thing. I think the thing that's really interesting. There's a couple things I got out of this game. Number one, on offense, they've got to find ways to continue to get the ball to Tucker Kraft. Jacobs had a calf injury, so I think his touches were limited, which is fair. But him and Matthew Golden.
That,
Golden can't go stretches where he got 3 targets the first drive and then they didn't target him. He's caught everything they throw to him. I love Romeo Dobbs, but Romeo Dobbs is James Jones, but slower. And he's reliable. Don't get me wrong, man. Like that, you need that guy. He is super important, but he can't be your 10-target dude all the time. I'm just saying. But Tucker Kraft is he's a leading tight end in the NFL in yards after catch, and even in the NFL in general, he's like top 10. Right? That guy needs the ball all the time. He needs 10 targets a game. You cannot I honestly don't. I'm honestly I'm pretty frustrated at this point that he doesn't get more.
tight
He's
ends are
got to be used
huge
more.
in this league. That's crazy. Like he really should be used more, legitimately.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't really understand it.
I'm with you.
So,
I'm with you.
what?
I think Arizona's a tricky team too. They've played everyone kind of tough, and Jacoby Brissett, like he's just a very good backup quarterback.
Well,
He's tough, man.
that's the other thing I want to get after fans about. Green Bay has had to play these veteran quarterbacks that have played, back to back with Flacco. And again, number one, it's not easy to win on the road in the NFL.
No,
Number two,
no, the big toaster.
look, Joe
Shout out.
Flacco is clearly, yeah, the big toaster. That's right. Chris Bourbon, shout out. Come on, boy. But number two, Brissett's good. He's proven he's a winner in this league. Why on earth does anybody think that that's just a cakewalk?
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
100%.
You're not
100%.
playing Caleb Tune. You're playing Brissett. Look, against the 6-1 Colts, he put up 400 yards passing.
Yep. Yeah.
And honestly, the Colts defense is actually playing very, very well. That's one of the big differences this year. It's not just their offense; their defense is playing well.
Yeah, and Arizona's offense is tricky, man. They really are. They have speed everywhere. It's really weird.
I think what's interesting about the Cardinals, and this is where they lost the game. I don't know why they decided to go for it on 4th and 1.
That
And
was weird.
run the most bland play of all time.
It really was.
That was honestly the turning point. I'm just dang, you really because Green Bay, I think if you would have punted it, pinned them back, Green Bay has proven they will find a way to screw up, going the length of the field. It's just tough. Like that's been one of the I think that's been one of the killers for the Packers this year. And I think that's why I think Packer fans feel like the offense, even though they score like 27 points a game, which is pretty dang good, they feel it's disjointed. It's like you should look at their starting field position. You know, again, they're punting the ball, right? A lot of teams aren't doing kickoffs because they need scoring.
Yeah.
So their starting field position for a lot of drives is like inside the 30, their own 30. It's honestly deeper. And it's been, they've switched punt returners because it's been killing them because, Golden, he wanted a punt return, but he had no idea what he was doing. He would fair catch everything. Instead of letting it roll in the end
Or
zone.
how about the time he spun?
Taking it out.
How about the time he spun and got nailed?
Oh, dude. It was such a frustrating. I was just like, dude, get him out of there. Because it was literally killing him. Because there was 10 yards he was leaving on the field.
Yeah.
That's but
so what do you think about them acquiring? We were talking about it jokingly because the Ravens aren't using him. Keaton Mitchell, because I think he could be a big help. It's really he's still got it, man. He's been ready this year. We just haven't.
There's rumors the Packers are in the market for they want. I know what they want. They want to change a pace running back. That's what Marshawn Lloyd's supposed to be, but the kid can't stay healthy. Like he shows how good he is, and then the next play he dies.
I don't think he would cost much, Tom. They don't really use him, so I'm like, what can the Ravens possibly ask for? They keep just not playing him, so I'm like, I'll get into that. I'll get into that too. That's driving me nuts.
The Packers. The other thing I want to get about in the game real quick, Josh. Green Bay's got a corner problem. So Hobbs, I think they really, the Raiders didn't want to pay him. I think he's a better slot corner.
Yeah.
Bullard
I agree.
has been playing really good in the slot. I honestly think Hobbs, that's where he belongs. And I'm not so sure he's an outside corner. He just doesn't have the speed to catch up. It's weird. And sometimes in man he seems better, but I think what was interesting is this was supposed to be this I don't know what I feel about him, but he's struggling. That's the answer. And I'm kind of disappointed last week that Ashley and LaFleur didn't pull the trigger and put Valentine in there. They need to, because I'm telling you, there's some of those deep balls. They're just picking on him.
Oh yeah.
And dude, it's just like
I always liked Hobbs, but like you said,
that's gonna kill him.
I feel like the Raiders used him right. He's like kind of physical, so slot's really good for him and good lateral movement.
He wants to tackle exactly. And I'm not so sure. Anyways, I don't. He's struggling, man, and I don't like it when people start saying, he's a bust. He earned that money. People need to stop that nonsense.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
He came back. He hurt his knee in training camp, right? Mm-hmm. He knows he needs to play better, but also I think Green Bay's at that. Being an outside corner in this league is no joke. So
no, that's the big boys. They catch everything.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to have elite speed. I mean, that's the thing with Nixon. Keyshawn Nixon is always glued to people. He's just so dang short.
Hey,
that's what's never made any sense to me. Why the Packers screw it, we're investing in Keyshawn Nixon all the way.
Well, to what Tom's saying, I want to give credit to somebody that got made fun of a lot last year. And don't get me wrong, he had a rough season, but Stevens for the Ravens, who plays for the Jets now, is having a really good season for the Jets. But I'm not surprised because, like Tom's saying about Keyshawn Nixon, Stevens was always next to every one of them. The ball, they would catch it. His ball skills weren't the best, but the guy can cover. And this year, see, the opposite's happening. They're not catching the ball when he's on them, and he's knocking the ball away. And it's like, I always said he wasn't a bad corner. His technique was really good. He's just bad. Sometimes it's bad luck. This is pro football. Sometimes them dudes catch the ball, and it's like, damn, your arm's in there. It sucks.
That's what's interesting about the Packers too, right? Nobody wants to throw deep because they're definitely scared of Xavier McKinney.
Yep.
So this matchup with Green Bay is going to be so interesting because Rodgers' game is dink and dunk. are the Packers gonna
Yep.
really start to challenge those receivers at the line of scrimmage? And are they, can they challenge a guy like Metcalf? Last year,
He's having a good
Valentine
season.
covered it.
He's having a good season.
Yeah.
He really is.
But it hasn't been deep. It's been short.
Yeah.
Right? Everything the Steelers do is a short game.
All those tight ends are really good too. They know how to use them. They got 3 of them.
Yeah, I don't think Rodgers has ever had that much talent at tight end before. So
not only that, they use Washington great. He basically having another lineman out there. That's why the pressure's been so hard to get on them, because they have a 6'8" left tackle on the right side. It's hard, man.
Dude, yeah, I mean, he was a beast at Georgia.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like how they use him. It's really cool.
Do you want to go into? I mean, what are your thoughts on the Packers before we go to? You want to just go right to the whole Steelers Packer game? Like, I think it's I got lots of thoughts. It's an emotional week.
Yeah. Let me just give my really quick on this game. I thought Jacoby Brissett played well for the constant pressure he was under, because Micah was, and everybody, he had a really good pass rush that whole game, and it was tough, because you could have called a couple holds on them, like 3 or 4 on Micah, because they grabbed his arm on the one when he was about to get him, which is definitely a hold. When the guy's by you, just grab his arm.
Hip drop tackle was a BS call too.
Yeah, that was bad. Okay, and the NFL refs, I have to talk about this too. It's in another game. We're going to talk about that game because that comeback was crazy. But when the Broncos won 33-32, what was that call on the corner for the Broncos on the throw that got them to the 1-yard line? Because they kept bailing Jackson. That's my issue with them. The calls in the NFL. You bail out quarterbacks. Like, Jackson Dart's a rookie. I'm not making fun of him. He's young. He was put in a tough spot. Come back when your team blows a lead to tie it. That was not PI, and there were a couple of times on that drive they were bailing him out with terrible calls because he looked like a rookie. He was throwing the ball up and getting lucky, and they're just throwing flags. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, let him play. Riley Moss looked for the ball. Like, stop. That was a stupid throw. I mean, what are we doing? Dude, he's a rookie. Not blaming him. Then but here's my issue, Tom. Then other people, you sit there and they can just grab everyone and it's fine. You're just like, it's not a penalty. But then some corners, it's like you can't touch one person, and then it never makes sense because situationally it changes. End of game. Now some referees play a real call everything, and then some call nothing. I'm like, you have to be consistent. And in the same game, they're not consistent. It's like, oh, now it's a penalty, but 5 minutes ago it was fine to grab the guy. I'm like, what the hell are we? How am I supposed to know as a DB? It's already hard. How am I supposed to know what you want me to do if you don't give me, like, if you don't show me that? Like, what do I do?
Dude, it's tough, man. I mean, I used to experience it when I played. I experienced it when I coached.
Well, Tom knows better.
Pop Warner. What sucks is when you're dealing with referees, is their interpretation of the rules and how inconsistent it is versus what we're teaching. And I'll tell you,
it's a hard job. Football, right? I'm not making fun of them. I'm just saying.
Dude, you know what? Actually, I'm going to make fun of them. Even at my level, dude, when you don't know what the rules are, or the interpretation is very vague, there's too much technology in the NFL now. I mean, yesterday during a game I was coaching, I had to sit there. I mean, I'm just laughing because, like, like modified football shots, you have to back up. I've been told you have to be behind the umpire about, like, 2 yards, right?
Gotcha.
But, like, we're trying to these are kindergartners, right? We're trying to line them up.
Yeah.
So you can imagine it's like herding cats. It's hard. And you're trying to, his ref yesterday he kept going, coaches, you got to get back. And he kept pointing. He's like, you're not back enough far. You're not behind the safety. I'm like, I'm behind the safety, man. I don't know what and I started getting really mad. So after a play, he comes over to me and he's like, I want to toss you if you keep talking back. I'm like, sir, I'm trying to do my job as a coach. Right. And also, again, you've changed a rule on me that has never been done this way. Right. So just FYI, but then also they were changing rules yesterday about you can't do this and this and this. And I was like, time out. They posted rules that said you can do this and this and this, So my
You're like
point is,
kind of confused here,
it's at
Bob.
every level. And what I want to say to your point, Josh, man, you know how hard it is as a player and a coach when the refs all of a sudden just change the rule?
Yeah,
They're like,
and
no, that's not. In the inconsistency of, well, wait, I am learning how to play the game this way. And all of a sudden you said, nope, can't do that.
that's exactly what I was about to say. My coach, you're a coach too. How frustrating is that? You teach them like, hey, this won't get you flagged and all this stuff. This is how you got to do it. And then in the game, they're getting flagged for the exact thing you told them to do. And you and the player are like, well, what do we do? You're like telling us this is how we got to do it. Then when we do it, it's still a flag. I'm like, what do I do with that? I mean, because here's my problem, Tom. And I get it. You want the offense for like entertainment. You've made it. It's not consistent with like what's allowed on each side. The pick plays are still run, and 90% of the time they don't call it, and it's ridiculous. Like you cannot bump me. I don't care if it doesn't look like they're pushing them. You can't run your shoulder into me while I'm trying to cover a guy. That needs to be a flag. That's crazy. You can't. You're cheating. You're blatantly cheating. And then the thing, if you're gonna call me for like a little tug. When they take their hand, we've all done it. You run a route. You used to get me all the time with it. You get inside and you get your hands inside. You push in the chest so you get behind them. Well, then call the receiver for that. If you're going to call a corner for like giving a little tug on them, no, because they're both pushing there. You can't call that. That's not. It reminds me of the one in the Super Bowl where the Bengals ended up losing, where their linebacker Logan Wilson grabbed he didn't even, it wasn't a penalty because Cooper Kupp was pushing off on him at the same time. He was just trying to keep up with the push off, and then they threw the flag. I'm like, dude, how's that a flag? He did it, and he was looking for the ball. I'm like, no. And maybe the Rams would have scored on fourth down, but it's like, why did you call that? That's terrible.
Josh, the worst, honestly, right now. Pickens is playing out of his mind. I don't want to take anything from that. But on his deep balls, dude, he's just so good as he knows how to kind of armbar.
He does.
All the time. And I'm like, how is that not PI?
Well, that's why DBs are so afraid of him.
It's so frustrating. Of like, to your point, Josh. Dude, just be consistent and call it both ways.
Yeah, because if one of them touches him, they're going to throw a flag, even if he initiates the contact. They call it every time. That's why they don't know what to do.
Because like, what are you supposed to do? If he's going to shove off, you better grab.
Yeah, he's strong too. He's like 6'3", 220 maybe 215. He's a big dude. Big dude,
you got it, man. No, it's I get. The refs in the NFL over the past 10 years have continued, and like I said, we could do a whole show on just like the inconsistencies.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Now they're starting to show, well, they get calls right 98% of the time. This isn't Major League Baseball where you have 162 games.
No,
bro. No. Look, you have 18 games just to playoffs. There are certain things. Again, you should always have your eye on Micah Parsons and be like, yep, they're holding him.
Yeah.
It's simple, right? He's that good. He should not. Like, he finally got 2 holding calls, and I'm like, that should not have to be this like point of emphasis thing the coaches have to constantly get on him for. Again, kind of question why Matt LaFleur hasn't really gotten on him. But
only thing I will say about this game is, like, before we get into the big one this week, the emotional one, and Aaron was very nice. We'll talk about that. But. Yeah, basically, I really like your defense, the Packers' defense. Still do. Don't care. I think it's not getting enough credit because Arizona, like Tom said, Arizona's been done it to the Colts. They've been really tough, okay? And it's a road game. Road games are hard in the NFL. They are, regardless. I mean, it is. And Jordan Love gets way too much criticism. I think we've talked about that. I think the guy's a gamer, and I think he's only going to get better. So I really think they're only going to get better, too. The Packers, if I'm a Packers fan, they haven't peaked yet, which is good. You don't want to do that way too early. They're only going to get better, and that trade looks really smart right now because Michael Parsons is kicking butt, man. He is just getting through, making plays. He's been really good. And as for the trades, I honestly, for his sake, career sake, this is totally what do they call it? Bias on my part. I hope Keaton Mitchell goes there because he would have a chance to win because it looks like we're going to be 1-6. That's going to be tough. I even have faith in our backup quarterback because now they're starting Huntley, Snoop. He's really solid. I just don't trust the defense for the Ravens. So I'm like,
they actually started.
Yeah.
I shouldn't pick the Bears in the.
I'm like, oh yeah, but the only reason this is going to be a game is they're missing like 3 DBs, so they're going to have practice squad guys covering receivers. That's the only problem.
But no, I mean, I'll tell you though. You know what? I think Chicago isn't that good.
Me either.
I'm just being. You know what? The Ravens had a bye week. I know. You know what? I'll tell you this right now. That coaching staff.
I will say this, Tom.
I guarantee you. Look, it's NFL coaching staff. There are players that ain't playing well.
Well, this is good. We can get into the Ravens stuff right here and then just let you go because
they need to step up. I'm telling you, man, they're going to be fired up. They're tired of getting embarrassed.
Oh, dude,
because they're a team they're a team that had Super Bowl aspirations. You can't constantly sit there. You know, Huntley won them games when Lamar was out. They didn't even win a playoff game.
Should have.
Like, why are they playing so bad?
Should have.
There is no reason you should get blown out by CJ Stroud. Because that guy, honestly, you can start to talk about, man, that was a bad pick.
If they win this game though, Lamar's back for Thursday night. And he gets a long week off again. Look out. I'm just saying, don't let them win. Don't let us win, baby.
Gosh, you called it last week, man. I think they can win 6 easy. Their schedule's so easy because they play they're at like Miami. Even though they notoriously struggle at Miami, this Miami team's bad.
Look, even the Patriots game. I like the Patriots, but they play every game close. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. If I see in this game, if they somehow win this game, and their defense that's 2 weeks in a row, their defense plays well, I'm going to be like, wait a minute now. Because I know when Lamar comes back, we will be dropping 30 on people, okay? Now we got problems for you because now they're stopping people and we're scoring. I'm like, okay. I'm just saying. We talked about peaking. So I'm like, I still have faith just because of the Ravens. That is like the best you could do is have like that giant Super Bowls where your team's not very good. And then at the very end, your team you don't want to play them. And that's fine with me. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of like in what do we got to lose mode because the team started off so bad. So it's kind of fun. And they're look, if they're on your schedule, you don't want to play them when Lamar gets back because it's like, man, this is a one. Usually you're like, oh yeah, 1-6 team. This is gonna be great. Or 2-5 team. Now it's like, damn, we ain't got a fucking shot. This sucks.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, man. Chicago, like I said, they've kind of,
because their defense is the issue. If their defense steps up, they can be tough. They could be tough, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, look, they gave the Rams fits.
They did.
Don't, you can sit there, and play the West Coast team on the East Coast. No, dude, they gave them fits. That team put up 35 in London.
Yep.
Okay, against the Jaguars, who are actually pretty solid this year. People need to, again, they're NFL teams. These are these are grown men. I'm telling you right now, they're ticked off.
Oh, and
I think that AFC North, Josh, I think that AFC North is wide open. Don't be surprised if the Bengals somehow win that thing.
Yeah. Flacco, baby. Let's go. Anyway, the thing, too, with Lamar, like, can everyone, the Raven fans that are giving Lamar crap, we want him to play and tear his hamstring, then you really ain't got a shot because then he's out for the whole season. So stop. Let that man heal. It's a hamstring. If you don't get that right, it'll nag him all season, and it'll just be a mess. You have to get that right. That is a mess.
Also, that if you don't have Stanley,
he's gonna die. Yeah, man. There. Come on, Jesus Christ.
Dude, that offensive line is atrocious.
It is.
I think that's their number. You're right. That's their number one concern, dude. You don't want to put a guy like that out there when he's gonna have to try to.
He can't be Superman if he can't be Superman, and you need him to be Superman. Why? He's just going to be back there getting nailed. Like, no, we're okay.
No, you're literally back to Joe Flacco 2015 then.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Get killed.
Yeah. But anyway, let's go into...
You ready for my diatribe on...
Go for it.
Aaron Rodgers' career. You ready for this?
Do it. Go. Full send.
I was reflecting a little bit on how I felt with, like, when, the Packers had to play Favre the first time. I was younger. I was angry. I was so mad that Favre decided, hey, I'm going to go play for the Vikings at the Trail. You know, I would say even if Rodgers went to the Vikings, you know, I think just because I got to experience what it's like to break up with a Hall of Fame quarterback once in my life, right? But also,
must be nice, Tom.
Rodgers,
Hall
like,
of Fame
Rodgers
quarterbacks. Thanks for rubbing in. We got our first one. We got our first one. Tom's on 3 already, probably at least. Well, no, he has 3.
Dude,
what am I talking about?
Yeah, dude. I didn't get to watch the other one. I've seen enough highlights though. Dude,
we had Trendova.
Roger just said all the right things this week. You know what? Honestly, this game, I think it's going to be close and it's going to be exciting.
I do like what he did, Tom.
That
was nice.
I'm actually looking forward to just watching them both play. Because you know what? There are moments I still see. Rodgers can still throw the ball.
Oh,
he can't move like he used to.
He got a hose, man.
The accuracy, all that stuff, that's still
maybe maybe a little reflection by him. You know, you get mad when it first happens. You know, he's human, and then after a while, he's kind of like, I had great years here. That's what it seems like. He was just like, look, I was a little, I get it. You're a little scorned at first, and then it's like, what am I doing? Because that's what it seems like. Aaron was very like, hey man, I'm never talking bad about them. They gave me my shot. I will give, we're fair. This is what I always say. I'm very fair. No matter what. You could think politically or just be a bad guy, which I'm not a fan of. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad guy because I think he's just got a weird personality. I don't think he's a bad guy. But, if I agree with you on something, I think you do a good job. I'm going to give you credit. Like, was very complimentary, and I think he handled it the way every athlete should handle that. Look, it's business. They wanted to go young. And I think some culpability as far as like he's like I like Jordan Love, that's probably what part of it is too. He probably likes him. He kind of like mentored him a little bit, and it's like I'm glad to see him doing well on the team, because like he said, the transparency for me was when he said they paid me, they made me rich. I love that because that's true, and that's very transparent of him to be like, look, why do I hate them? What are you talking about? Like, I loved it there. I was like, the fans were great. Loved it. Aaron, big W, buddy. I love that.
You won 4 MVPs. You won a Super Bowl. Arguably one of the best, besides Joe Flacco, one of the best runs at quarterback I've ever seen in playoff history.
Yes.
I would argue. I think that Falcon game, I've never seen a quarterback play that perfect. It was just insane.
I've seen the highlights of the last game the Packers are playing right now while we're talking right here against the Cardinals. I forgot to say one thing about him. Sorry, I don't mean to go off topic, everybody. But what about Zay Jones? That man just keeps making plays. He's just been around forever. You can't get rid of Zay Jones.
That's right.
Do it, Tom. Do it.
The Cardinals actually have Zay Jones. They got... the Cardinals, with one thing is their receiving core is big. That gave the Packers fits.
Hey, East Carolina's finest, baby.
Receivers. Heck yeah. But I'm not going into this as like, I don't...
Yeah, you're back to Aaron, I'm sorry.
It is what it is. Like, I'm not going into this like where I'm just like, we have to just destroy this guy. There's nothing to destroy. Like, he's gonna retire a Packer. He's gonna have his...
that was so cool. He said, I want to be that is so cool too. I was like, Aaron, good on you, mate. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason. I mean, that I'll say that's a big difference between Favre and the Packers when that split up. I think the Packers kind of did Favre a little dirtier than Rodgers for sure.
Oh yeah, that was true.
I will say about Rodgers, people get on Favre a lot because they're like, he didn't train him or nothing. And I'm like, well, he didn't need to. I still am in that camp. I think Favre was kind of cold and mean, but also I was like, Tom Silverstein, he's in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. He was mentioning, the Packers had to actually tell Rodgers to chill out when he first got to Green Bay because he was very cocky. And he's calling Favre an old man, and it just didn't rub off right.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think there's a lot to be said about that. Like, Rodgers is, again, he's confident. I don't want to call it cocky.
Confident.
He's confident,
confident in his ability, yeah.
And it's not, again, when you're trying to lead a team, it matters. Like, he's especially you kind of got to pay your dues as a young guy. You can't just come in there and start, hey, I'm better than everybody else. And especially when you're not, you legitimately have a Hall of Fame quarterback in front of you.
Right. No, that's true. That's
true. So, I mean, I want to be transparent on that. I think that, it's more just to tell the story of Rodgers is complicated. He has a complicated legacy because he's a complicated human. But he is,
We've been fair with Favre, man. It's the same thing.
I will say this about Rodgers, and, we can debate this. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Because of consistency, but I have never seen anybody with the arm talent and the ability that Rodgers had at his peak.
That's 100%. That's 100% fair. I mean,
it's sad he doesn't have more Super Bowls, but people got to remember it. He had a lot of talented teams. One of the reasons why I always love Favre a little more is I think
he went for it. Yeah,
Favre had to bring. Yeah, when the game mattered, he put the ball where it needed. He put the ball up to make a play. Yeah. But also, at the end, Favre had to make the Packers what they were. He got them to where they were. Aaron Rodgers got handed off this franchise that was a model franchise and also had talent. And, he didn't really... I just think, there are times in championship moments where you needed him to be more like Favre, and he didn't do it. Those kind. But you know what? He always gave Green Bay a chance. That's the thing. You could never not. Come on, dude. So, I'm looking forward to the game. I just think it's going to be fascinating because Rodgers, he can get rid of the ball quick, and that's been Green Bay's bugaboo. And I'm really curious what Hafley's going to do. Is he going to start trusting his corners more? I think Green Bay's going to score points. I really think they got to run the ball. They got to get Jacobs going, and they got to. This offense is clearly built around him. He's a beast. I know he's got that calf injury, but they said he's good. You got to run dang ball. You just keep getting ahead of the chains. And I think they're going to have to put up 27 again, their magic number. I think defensively, you got to make it so challenging on the quick stuff. I think the Packers, they're one of the better teams in the NFL of rallying and tackling after the catch. That's where they're getting their big chunk plays. But you gotta just be physical and make it really hard. Because that's when Rodgers is going to get impatient and he's going to start trying to throw some stuff deep. You're going to get one.
Yeah.
It's going to be fascinating, man. It's going to be a chess match. So I'm looking forward to it. That's really all I got to say. The Packers have won their since
TJ Warren's a really good. Warren's a really good running back too. I'm glad they finally I like Najee Harris, but they did the right thing. He was always the guy that scared me when the Ravens played him because that dude is tough and quick. He is a little fireball, man. He's tough.
Yeah, they just can't run the ball.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is so bad.
Yeah.
Rodgers makes them look better than they really are because, dude, I'm telling you,
quick
man,
passes. Yeah.
They paid all that money that garbage tackle. I'm talking about a bad free agent signing. Guys, straight trash.
Yeah, their line's not that good. They have to do a lot of. Like I said, they keeping Washington in there like another. He's a better lineman than a lineman. Look, that's terrible.
Yeah.
He's awesome though. I love the fullback. I'm a Raven fan, so we love the fullbacks and the tight ends being tough.
Back.
Hell yeah, man. Remember Vontae Leach still, I think, is Lorenzo Neal is the best. It's the Brady Rodgers of fullbacks. Lorenzo is the greatest fullback just because he's blocked for he's good consistency and he's blocked for 15,000 yard rushers. I probably put too many, but it's a lot. But the pound for pound in their prime, Vontae Leach was a demon. That dude. No one could mess with him. He just flattened everyone.
What was crazy though is he was
He's awesome.
I remember on the
Former
Packers had him
Packer.
as a rookie, he was a rookie free agent. He was a beast.
Yeah.
And I never understood why they didn't keep.
Dude, I think
it's because they had William Henderson, but
dude, when you threw the ball to him, oh my!
On Green Bay's Super Bowl team, we had 3 fullbacks active on the roster. So you tell me,
dude, that guy, and if you got the ball to Vontae, he'd run over 2 people. That dude was a legend. Lorenzo Neal too, though.
Well,
He was awesome too.
What was funny is they actually had this they had a formation. They'd line up Henderson in the backfield as a tailback. I mean, it was like Jerome Bettis. You had all that weight, but you had to in that era of the NFL,
Oh
right?
yeah, big linebackers.
So people forget it was pound for pound, or you just tougher.
I love that. I miss that. We're not going to get into that, but I miss that. Oh my god, that was so fun.
I do too. I hate watching on these 4th and 1s, like what the Cardinals did. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
On this really, 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 really terrible QB sneak that Jacoby Brissett was never good at.
I just miss like when those 4th and 1s. I used to love when it was like you knew they were going to run it, but it was so hard because it was just like you said, it was, hey, who's tougher? That's all it was. And then sometimes it would work, and sometimes it wouldn't. Now it's let's try to trick them. Tush push. Yeah, I'm like, run the ball.
Dumb,
run the damn ball.
I'm glad they've been throwing more flags on it. Well, dude, all I gotta say is next year at league meetings that play is banned.
It needs to be, yeah.
Eagles ruined it because they can't. And you're seeing too, when the Eagles can't use that gimmick stuff, they're not very good.
Oh yeah.
Their offense is very net. And what's interesting too is Saquon. I'm telling you, people picked up on that formula, what Green Bay did last year. They really bottled up Saquon. Just Jalen Hurts balled out. Like you can't.
He did play well. I mean, you cannot hate.
Yeah.
Well, we said it last week. We said he's. I am not ever saying he's a bad quarterback. I just don't like how you're like. It's more about crapping on the other guys. I'm like, I not ever think he's a bad quarterback. Y'all are just like, hey, Cam Newton sucks. I'm like, come on, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's all I was saying. I think I love him. He's a winner.
Don't you hate how I just hate how the media, everybody, it always has to be this crazy comparison.
Yes. The Troy Aikman thing with Caleb. No. I'm like, stop.
Remember with Brock Purdy, this just infatuation from the media about, oh my gosh, he's an undrafted, or late round quarterback. He's Tom Brady. It's like, no.
That man was put in so many high what do they call them, leverage situations young. That's what made Tom Brady so good. His stats weren't crazy, but he would come through in big. No one remembers the first Super Bowl when literally John Madden's like, they should run out the clock.
Or they should just go to overtime. Yeah, I know. One of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
To be fair to John Madden, he the thing I like about him that these other announcers never do, we're in an era where you can say something dumb and you just don't address it, and it's like you act like it goes away, which I really don't like. Back in the day, it was like they would confront, talk about what they got wrong and be like, yeah, I was wrong about that one, because John Madden said that the next time he had a game with him, made me look dumb. I remember that. That's what he said. I'm like, I appreciate that, because accountability was more of a thing
instead of Chris Collinsworth.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, Patrick Mahomes
throwing an incompletion, and you're talking about what a great incompletion. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? What do you mean what a great incompletion? What the hell is that? Come on, bro. What the fuck is that?
Dude.
You see, if anybody else, this would have been a slightly worse looking incompletion, but now I'm like, brother, what the fuck are you doing?
I just love right now how everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Chiefs are back. Dude, the Raiders are trash.
They're really bad. They are. They don't even know how to. They drafted a running back when they had no line. That line is terrible. That line is god awful.
I don't know. I honestly can't believe. Josh, I could go play in that line, and I would be better than them.
Dude, no, and it's crap with Genty where they're hating on him. I can tell you by watching the film on this. He's good. That team sucks. Yeah. He can't block. Everyone, there's 5 people in the backfield every play, and he's getting nailed. Oh, what? Jesus Christ.
I don't get it, man. It's so bad. It is so bad, Josh.
It is. It's bad.
When I picked them in the Survivor Bowl against the Titans, because I'm like, dude, the Titans are worse.
They are.
But at least they can block. The Titans can block. Dude.
Oh,
I was getting nervous when it was 20-3 because I'm like, dude, Cam Ward's going to lead a comeback, man. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, he's a good player. His team sucks. They don't catch anything and get any separation. They're terrible. They drop all them passes. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this dude ain't got a shot.
No. But also, he's a rookie. I'm telling you, they're going to ruin his career. That's what sucks. He's going to have 17,
or get sacked 70 times. Yeah.
I get it sometimes, I get it in, in these coaching hire cycles, right? Like you can only get so many guys, right?
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you get bottom of the barrel. But dude, how bad? I mean, number one, Titans firing Vrabel is hilarious.
Yeah, that was terrible.
To this day.
Anyway, look at the Patriots. I mean Jesus. Because he plays winning.
I mean, I see why Vrabel was so mad. He's like, dude,
AJ Brown and you get Burks.
Everybody, dude.
Burks.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Trevon Burks should go find his jersey on the clearance rack. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, C-Mart, bro.
Dude, if they still had Kmart, that'd be on a Kmart.
C-Mart's not even probably around anymore, but I just remember the one time they had a Ricky Williams Miami Dolphins orange one, which was sick, but God, he must have been retired for like 8 years. It's hilarious.
I had a store by us that used to sell and fake Ravens jerseys. That's where I got my Ed Reed one.
Yeah, I got my Anquan Bolden, baby. It had like one thing wrong with it, so then it was.
I'm sure it had a lot of things wrong with it. It was from China.
Yeah, it was nice though. I'll take it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, man, dude. Dude. It's funny, man. Oh man.
When I think the Keaton Mitchell thing, I didn't even finish on that. I'm gonna get a lot of crap from Ravens fans for this because he's like a beloved player on the team, and I don't think he's bad. But it's like the Justice Hill thing. I'm like, he's good, he's solid, but he's not really a runner. He just catches passes. He's not a great runner. That's why I'm like, you gotta give Keaton a shot. It's like they think 2 running backs and you barely use the second one. I'm like, we should be using 3 of them because we need a running back. Not a guy that blocks and catches passes. Like that's fine, but we need to change. Like you said, change of pace. Which this is sad because when the Ravens trade him, if they do, I'm like, you need a back like that, but you're just getting rid of him because you don't know how to use them. I'm like, I don't know. It's so weird. I'm like,
yeah, no. I mean, I think Green Bay needs that. That's why they drafted Marshawn Lloyd, and I'm sad that they don't.
But I also think if you're not gonna, I also think if you're not gonna use them though, just get rid of them because I'm like it's pointless. Keaton Mitchell's just rotting on the bench for no reason. He's young. What are we doing? Like, get rid of him. Get him out of here.
No, I hope Green Bay. I think Green Bay's gonna have to make the move.
Dude,
they're gonna have to trade, they kept saying like they might try to get Achane. You know, that's a potential option too.
I don't know though. If you can get him, I'm like. That's really nice. Because he can catch.
Well, no, I that's what I mean. Like that just changes the ball game in terms of what you can do. Again, that's a real change of pace back.
Now I'm assuming.
And it's not to.
Oh man, Nick Collins highlights on my screen right now. Beautiful. Anyway, yeah.
Dude, now they had. I was watching. They had Super Bowl 45 on, and I was just like, "This is." It was nice. I was just like, dude. I mean, Rodgers, dude, he was throwing seeds that game. That's what I mean. Like, I know Joe Flacco. Like, he seriously, that run was incredible.
I think Joe's though was.
What it was.
I think a lot of that was magic with the team too. That like the Mile High Miracle and just some of them catches Bolden was making were crazy. He was like covered and just like ripping the ball. Not that Joe didn't make good throws, but the receivers were playing out of it. Anquan Bolden, go look up his stats in that run. He was crazy. And Torrey Smith made a couple crazy catches.
Dude, what was crazy is over the middle, they just attacked it.
They
did really good. Like
Pitta. Oh my God, Pitta didn't drop anything. He was Pitta to me is the best Ravens tight end. And for his like prime, he was because he would get yards after the catch, clutch catches. He was awesome. Oh, he was awesome. I love that.
He was kind of like
Dennis Pitta.
He was like Tucker Kraft when the ball got in his hands. Just his ability to get yards was insane.
Oh, and in the red zone, he was a touchdown because he would just find a little seam and sit down and make the catch.
Well, that's what always made Todd Heap so special, right? Was being able to, Todd Heap was always that red zone dude, but Todd Heap could never get the yards that like.
Speaking of which, I think he's healthy. If you're likely to, I wouldn't sign with us. We don't use you. Just go somewhere fun. Go to the Rams. You'd probably be getting the ball thrown to you a whole lot more.
That's a rumor. They said there's a big rumor. There's a rumor about the Ravens potentially trading Andrews, but also they said likely is. Like I'm telling you, man. I mean, what's sad is I think the Ravens are going to do a fire sale.
Yeah,
because I think that the problem they got a lot of dead old money.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, what are we?
Andrews is one of those guys.
Look, Andrews, I get that trade. But you need to use Likely. I don't know what they're doing. He's just rotten. That's where the coaching. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't. Some of this stuff with them.
There's got to be there. Yeah, I know it's weird. I don't watch enough of the Ravens, and I don't watch like their film. But like, there's got to be something he's not doing blocking wise, or something. Which
I'm trying to figure it out.
Every time I see him in there, he blocks fine. I'm telling you, man. Like, if you had him and Ricard, you'd be fine, because Ricard's really the thing that makes that.
Yes, and I think he's coming back.
Like a sixth lineman.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, no, he is. I love Ricard. But yeah, I don't get it. Likely always makes plays. He's clutch when you need him. I'm like, I don't get. Is it because you're so like, Mark Andrews was there for you, so you're like, this is our guy because seniority? Which I'm like, this is football though, man. Seniority doesn't win you games. You need to go play. This isn't an office, bro. You gotta go play.
Josh, that's what happened with Wisconsin last night. They played all these freshmen, defensive players, and you just saw the speed and the ability, and you just wonder, like, why aren't these guys playing? Stop having loyalty to these seniors that just ain't doing what they need to do.
And can we be fair? Mark Andrews' hands have always been questionable. The man drops a lot of passes ever since. He just doesn't have the best hands.
Dude, they should trade him to Tampa.
Well, there you go. That would be good for everybody. I think he needs a change of scenery
was he
too.
with Kyler? I don't remember.
No, he was with Bake. That was his boy. He was a Baker boy.
Yeah.
He was a Baker's man.
Baker's dozen.
Anyway.
Hey, by the way, that team came. I mean, that team's banged up.
Oh yeah, Baker's trying. Baker's trying. He's got a lot of injuries, man. That's not his bad. What are you gonna do, right?
He does Johnson though. What a find.
Yeah. Making plays, man.
I don't know why they don't give him the ball more. That's just crazy.
True. He's tall too.
Just throw it.
Didn't he tall? No, he's just really quick. But he's good.
Electric.
He's really good though, man. Okay, so what's the next thing we want to get into? What are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm good, man. I'm excited. I'm waiting for Sunday night, man. The rest of the I enjoy the games I get to watch.
Yeah, what did you think about the I was gonna say, what did you think about the comeback by the Broncos?
Dude, why they don't fire Brian Daboll right now is beyond me.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was terrible.
Just,
why'd you throw him that one play? Why'd he throw that ball? I don't get why. Just make them use their timeout.
Dude, Daboll, that guy. I just think it's so fascinating how bad the Giants are.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They have a lot of talent. They really do. It's wild.
Well, but they haven't been able to find first-round pick, or their offensive lines are always consistently bad. And I'm just like, what is going on? Why are they so bad? This isn't hard. They've been I feel like it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
Ever since they fired Coughlin, it's just been a disaster.
It has.
Is that the owner, I guess? I don't know.
Probably.
Just the football teams in New York are a joke. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. Really bad. Really bad.
What's sad is Green Bay's going to find a way to blow that one against the Giants just because they're going to. I just see it. For some reason, that's their bugaboo place to play. But, yeah, man. They're bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be it.
I also think too.
Mm-hmm.
People need to start talking about how Bo Nix is very mid.
He is.
He's not good. He's really not.
He just looks like what you want your starting quarterback to be 6'5" and quick. That's it. It's like.
Yeah, you got it, man. He's mid, bro.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan.
No, I mean, I don't understand how they have all that talent. It's weird. He just gets on like a heater, and that's when he's okay.
No, really.
That whole game had. I mean, it's impressive to score 33 points, but I also just wonder if that has to do with the, again, your other team's bad.
Giants went in prevent. Yeah, it was a mess. I don't know what the hell I was going to. But yeah, I think the Packers are good. My bad. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you got it. I don't understand that defensive coordinator. That's all.
Me either.
For the Giants.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be this guy. Remember, he was his big time hire too. And it's
didn't they drop 8 people in the one play? I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, he was.
How about you? You know it's
He
bad.
was from,
Brian
he was
Burns
from Tennessee, right?
yeah, Brian Burns was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Oh yeah, and
Dude,
the
they had, well,
Chiefs.
that's what's crazy. You have Thibodeau, you have Carter, you have Burns. Like, why are you bad?
Oh, and the Chiefs. The only thing I gotta give them crap for is I don't even have a problem with you being excited about your friend coming back. Okay, your teammate, cool, but stop acting like he was out because like he got wronged. Like, can we stop? Like, just stop. That's crazy. That's wild. You know, wearing shirts like free him. Like, what the fuck is going on? Rice.
Yeah, the NFL. The NFL has a bunch of thugs. The NFL has a bunch of thugs. Well, not really, but
No,
they
I don't.
used
No,
to.
and I don't even think they're like. I don't even think that's fine. Okay, he served his time. Cool. I'm not even got an issue with that. I just think they're like shirts that I'm like, guys, relax. That's a little much.
It does rub a bad in for sure.
That's all I'm saying. I know he
I'm
served his
too.
suspension. He did community service, all that stuff. That's cool. I don't even have any problem with Rasheed Rice. That's cool. He did his thing. We're good. I just don't get like the way they were acting. Like, bruh, he wasn't gone because he didn't do anything. Like, it's okay. People make mistakes. It's fine. He's a young dude. He's fine. He'll be okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. That's all. I mean, I think everything, like we said, we covered everything. Everything's good. The Ravens.
Yeah, it was.
This
good,
is
man.
it, Ravens. Don't let them win.
I can't.
Don't let us win. Packers are gonna be fine, man. This is gonna be a fun game to watch, though, for Tom. This really is, dude. You get to like reminisce about the. This could be like when we play Flacco. But where's my ball?
Yeah,
Only yours is
exactly.
way more.
Well,
Like, no offense to Flacco, but that's Aaron Rodgers. He's Flacco. Even though I love Flacco.
yeah, I mean, well, the difference is too. This is probably going to be the only time that I get to see it.
Yep.
The Packer fans get
Yep.
to see it, so enjoy it, man. That's all you can do.
I agree.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
Cool, man.
But anyway,
I'm good.
thank you guys so much for watching. Likes is always appreciated. And as always, subscribe for more content. And as
Roll
always,
Tide. Anchor down.
anchor down.